Hi, welcome to Let's Cook Today, where our theme is sugar and spice, and of course, all things nice today. That's what we're doing on Let's Cook Today. Now, we have a great menu. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cucumber and avocado soup with spiced shrimp. That's a spice in there. Then we're also doing a grilled calamari salad that has red onions and tomatoes in it. Out of this world, you're going to love that. Very simple thing. And the spice that's coming up today, we're going to take some vanilla ice cream. I'm not making vanilla ice cream because I think you can buy very good vanilla ice cream, but we're going to make a spiced chocolate berry sauce to go with it. So it's definitely sugar and spice, all things nice today on Let's Cook. We're going to take a little break, and as we go to break, I'm going to show you this lovely cucumber avocado soup that we're going to be making with this spiced shrimp. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Sugar and Spice today on Let's Cook. We have to cook our shrimp. I'm going to cook my shrimp. I have some boiling water right here. Into this boiling water, I'm going to put some salt, a little bit of garlic, bay leaf, some cayenne, some Old Bay seasoning, and my shrimp. They all just go in together. I also need a lime right over here, so I'm going to get this lime in here too. Got my lime, took it right off the shelf from over there. We'll just take lime or lemon juice. Doesn't matter. We put this in. We're going to bring this back up to a simmer. As soon as it's at a simmer, or even a boil, I'm just going to cover this, let it sit there, and by the end of this segment, I'm going to show you how these shrimp are going to be perfectly cooked and how we're going to shock them, peel them, and put them in our avocado soup. Let's get this out of the way too. Perfect. Has to come back up to a boil. Notice my shrimp here, they've changed color now. That's good. Just going to take this, cover this down, set the heat at 185 degrees, just so that they barely simmer. Perfect. Now, to make the avocado and cucumber soup, I have cucumbers with no seeds, I have some avocado, I have some sour cream, white wine, salt and pepper. Very simple, simple soup. Make sure you use a good white wine. I'm using a nice Pinot Grigio here, basically a nice summery wine. Take my cucumbers with my avocado, a little bit of lemon juice in there too. You need to do that with the avocados. That way they won't oxidize. Put our top on here. Now when you make this soup and you have the consistency of this soup, please realize that it will tighten up on you and get a little thicker. Now, I'm going to look at just the water from the cucumbers is enough to puree this. They contain a lot of water. So we're going to let this puree. A little bit of wine in here for flavor. A little bit of wine in here for flavor. About a half a cup. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and now I'll check my consistency in this. Now, notice my consistency here. Let's take a look. See how this is a little heavy for a soup, for a summer soup? See, it's just a little heavier than I want it to be. However, tastes really good. A little salty. But that's okay because once I add the sour cream, that's going to offset it. So just add some sour cream. I always hold a little bit back. Now when you add the sour cream, and it will need a little bit more wine, and then you're going to chill this. This soup is very good if it's served ice cold. You cannot serve this at room temperature. Just till this mixes together. Perfect. Beautiful. Now, for presentation purposes, this is the right consistency. However, when you put this in the refrigerator, because of the fat content of the avocados, it will get thicker, and you might have to thin it down a little bit. You can use wine, you can use a vegetable broth, you can use anything like that. But doesn't that look terrific? That's beautiful. Now, let's take a look at our shrimp. How are you? My shrimp are perfectly cooked. Now I'm just going to take these shrimp now and shock them right away. We're not going to let them cool down in that broth. These have a nice flavor, and you'll notice when I cook these shrimp, I cook them with the outer shell on. The reason I did that is because they're going to cook up better and they're going to have better flavor. So we left the shell on there. But we did cut them in half and clean them up so they're already deveined. Let these sit in the water until they're cooled down very nicely. Then we just come over here, and they're much easier, by the way, they're also much easier to peel once they're cooled down and once they're cooked. So I'll just peel 2 shrimp. Actually, I think I need 3 shrimp for these. And again, the shell there kept them nice and moist. They're not overcooked. Get that shell out of the way. One more shell here. You could also, if you wanted, to be a little bit more frugal, you could use smaller baby shrimp or TD shrimp. These are 16, 20 shrimp, but they're already nice and clean, have a nice flavor to them, and by the way, as soon as they're cooled down, get them out of the water, because you are losing a little bit of the flavor on the shrimp, but you're still holding some in because they were in the shells there. Not too spicy. Good. But then we take our shrimp, and we're just going to cut the shrimp down in 3 or 4 pieces. I'll just cut these into 3 right here. Beautiful, wonderful summer soup. Great for a brunch, great for a lunch. Good starter for a dinner. Then the soup, see how the soup is heavy enough where it can take the shrimp right there. Beautiful shrimp. Oh, so nice. And everybody, when they're having this soup, should get a nice bite of the shrimp as well. Have our shrimp there. Great. Then, I always save a little bit of the sour cream. I like to finish it here in the middle with a little bit of sour cream. Then, I have some nice chopped chives here, which will go great with the avocado and the cucumber. A little bit of chopped chive there. There you have it. A very simple, easy avocado and cucumber soup with spiced shrimp. We're going to take a little break. And then when we come up, again, summer, sugar and spice, grilled calamari salad. Don't go anywhere. It's Sugar and Spice today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we're doing sugar and spice. Now, the next item I'm making, it's a summer salad, and it's absolutely delicious, and it's very simple. The first thing that I have to do, however, is in my oven right now, I have my grill pan heating up. I did this to get it very, very hot, just to kind of speed it up here a little bit. Reason being, I use induction stoves, and the induction doesn't always work that well with the cast iron. So into this very hot pan now, I have some calamari here that I've just taken and drizzled a little olive oil on here. To this now, I'm going to season this with salt and pepper. This is going to take about 2 minutes to cook, that's all. So I'll take my calamari now, and I'm just going to make sure it's coated well. I'm going to drop this in the pan this way. This cooks very, very quickly. Very quickly. So we'll just take it this way. Then, to speed this up, I'm going to take another pan right on top. That's going to hold the calamari down there so that it browns and gets nice grill marks, and it's going to taste really good without overcooking it. Just want to set that pan up so it doesn't slide off. Good. That's good to go. Now, the next thing we have to do, and just get my berries out of the way here for my dessert, because I have to show you this great dessert. The next thing that I'm going to make is a dressing to go with this grilled calamari. Now, the dressing is very simple. I'm going to be using some garlic. As much garlic as you like. The calamari can take it, so we'll take some garlic there. I'm going to add some lemon juice to this. Olive oil. And chopped parsley. Very, very fine chopped parsley. All we have to do is mix this together, season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and it's good to go. And you'll notice that I'm not making a lot of dressing here. I'm just making enough to basically coat whatever is going into my dressing. So now my dressing is ready. Let's take a look at our calamari now. Take a look at this. See how our markings are doing here. Just get our tongs right here. Here we do. See how we're getting some nice markings on those, and it's not going to get too overcooked. Also, look at how much water is coming out of those. Let's go back. That's a lot of, no, we have to do it from the top. See all the water coming out of those? Need to let that water cook off too. So this is good. And you can also do this on your outdoor grill at home too. So we have our dressing made. Next thing we're going to do is we have some other ingredients that we're putting in this. Red onion. The red onion now I'm going to cut julienne. So we're just going to take the onion here, and I'll show it. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see how I go in on my knife, and I come in on an angle this way, and then as I come up the onion, I straighten my knife out. Bring this side back down again, and I'm going to do the same thing. This way I'll be a lot more consistent in the julienne of my onion. I could have done that any slower if I wanted to. But you saw exactly how we did it, right? So we'll put that in our bowl right here. Beautiful. Next, I have some beautiful tomatoes here. These are on the vine tomatoes. Now normally, if I'm doing a salad, I would take the tomato and I would blanch it and peel it. However, don't really have to do that. Just going to take my knife, come this way, and a lot of times these tomatoes, especially based on when you're getting them in the summer, how fresh they are, they'll have a lot of seeds, or if I'm making a tomato sauce or I'm making a stock, I can freeze this tomato and I can use this in my stock so I don't waste it, but it's not going to water down my sauce. If you like the seeds, go ahead, put them right in, but I'm just using the outside here. I have some people that are coming over that I really want to impress, and I want them to really taste all the concentration of all the flavors. So this here, we're just going to take this and julienne this. Cut this in nice thin strips. Beautiful. You know, I didn't even realize it. Somebody sent me I saw somebody where I was doing a live demo, and they said, Paul, you say beautiful all the time. And I said, I do? He said, yeah, don't you realize? I had no idea. I go, beautiful. But I kind of like that because I think food is beautiful. People are beautiful. Food is beautiful. The world is beautiful. Oh, I'm going to bring tears to my eyes pretty soon. It's fun. It's nice when you can laugh at your own jokes, isn't it? So we have a little bit of the tomato in our salad bowl. Next, chorizo sausage. Now, the chorizo, because of the strength of and the flavor of it, I'm just going to take this. I'm going to cut this in half. Then I'm going to cut this, so I'll do it on a little bit of a bias here, but I'll cut it very, very thin. So you see how thin I'm cutting this? If we can get Top Shop here, let's see if beautiful, nice and thin that is. So we'll put some chorizo in here. This will give it another dimension. I love that. Dimensions in salad. I feel like I'm watching the Twilight Zone sometimes. I'm going to another dimension. There we go. Now, this is good to go. Let's take a look at our galamad now. This is also done. I'm going to bring this over here now. This is not overdone. We're going to take this now, nothing to this but cutting it in very thin strips. So, it's going to be a little hot. You might have some liquid there in the middle. You might want to drain that out. Then we're just going to take this, and again, remember, it's very hot, so if you need to use a glove to handle this, go right ahead. And again, we're going to cut this in very thin rings too, just like this. Real nice thin rings. This way, when anybody has it, it'll be nice and flavorful, but it's not going to be too rubbery. If I were to take and let's say cut it down this thick, see how thick that is? It's going to be way too tough. I need to cut it very thin, like this, so that it's nice and tender. This now goes into my salad too. Now we'll take our dressing, which I have right here. I need to taste this dressing. It needs a little bit of salt, a little bit more salt, a little bit of pepper. Take this, toss this right here with the galamad and the chorizo. And again, you'll notice in the salad how simple this is. I only have 3 or 4 ingredients. I'm keeping the salad very simple. So Then we'll just take this. Have a bed of Boston Bib or curly lettuce right here. Always need a little base for your salad. This is a great salad to serve in the summer because it doesn't have any mayonnaise in it. Everything is cooked, and it holds up well. We're going to take a little break right now, and then when we come back, I have this delicious spicy berry or spiced chocolate berry sauce to go over vanilla ice cream. I know you won't want to miss this, so don't go anywhere. It's Sugar and Spice today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Sugar and Spice today on Let's Cook. Now, to make our spicy berry chocolate sauce, I'm using a mulatto chili here. This is a dried chili. It's like a dried poblano, similar to the ancho, but it has a much smokier flavor. It's from Mexico. Has some nice heat to it. And all I'm going to do is break this. Yeah, and normally, a lot of times, what you would do is you would open this up under a flame to bring the flavor out. Let me just get rid of that stem there. But I'm going to bring this up to a boil. And I've already steeped one in here already. I just wanted to show you the type of chili that I'm using. However, you know, with these special ingredients, I get a lot of emails, and people say to me, you know, they say, Paul, I really like your show because what you use on your show you can get in a regular supermarket. I bought these in a regular supermarket, so you can't find these in a supermarket. You just have to look. A lot of the produce areas now, they're carrying all this different assorted dried chilies, so it's a real nice thing to do. And this is what this is going to do is between the berry and the chocolate I'm going to mix this with, this is going to produce a very nice smoky heat. You know, you think about chocolate and you think chocolate itself is bitter, very bitter. And it was the Aztecs that used to use chocolate as an aphrodisiac, and they used to drink it bitter, and they used to mix it with chili. So this is nothing new. This has been going on for a very long time. But this must come up to a boil, and then it has to go into the bowl. We're just going to bring this. Okay, now see, this is boiling. So now all I'm going to do is, notice my pan is nice and high too. Let's go back to that. See how this is at a boil? All that flavor in there. Shut this off. I had a pan high enough so the cream could come to a boil. I'll take this now and I'm going to strain just the cream into my chocolate chips. Get this out of the way here. We'll take this right here. We're going to mix this together to melt the chocolate. This is going to form our ganache. And then we're going to add some berry syrup to this too, but first we have to get our ganache made. So as we just stir this, the heat releases the cocoa butter that's in the chocolate, combines with the butter fat in the heavy cream, and we end up with a beautiful, beautiful ganache. Nice and rich. Doesn't this look great? And again, this is going to have some real nice heat to it, and you can see it's getting darker and darker and darker. Beautiful. Now, I already have some made here that I made earlier that's a little darker. I'm going to add some of that into this too because I want just a little bit richer color in here than it seemed to be coming out. To this now, I'm going to go ahead and add my juice. That's my strawberry juice or blueberry juice, raspberry juice, any type of juice you want to put in there. Beautiful. So that sauce is now done. Get my ice cream out of here. I'm going to hide the name, so I'm going to have to hold it down here because, okay, this will work. You can't see the name there, can you? Then we'll take one scoop, another scoop, right here on this gorgeous plate. Come on, out, 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 out. That's okay. Beautiful. A few berries to go around this. Doesn't this look great? Sugar and spice. In the, you know, in the summer, when you think about the summer, you can think about heat. These are nice, light, easy items that you can make that have a little bit of spice to them and a little bit of sugar that are just going to make that summer look a little nicer and taste a whole lot better. Thank you so much for watching Let's Cook today. I really enjoyed making these great dishes on our theme today being sugar and spice, where we did the delicious cucumber avocado soup with the spiced shrimp, Then we did the grilled calamari with the red onions and tomatoes. And last but not least, our spiced chocolate berry sauce going over vanilla ice cream. Again, you have a great day. Thank you for watching Let's Cook, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.